But what I'm telling you is, if that it make you a rat too if you with him because I told him to do that. I can't tell no to snitch. You can't get on the phone and tell me, hey bro, hell yeah, take that plea, but man, you better take that plea. And the plea saying tell. It'll plea saying tell something.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. This nigga was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird. This nigga
time you come out here and get this money. Well, my nigga, you done blessed. You done did everything you could do, bro. It's an eye opener, bro. Yeah, man. You're on that strictly business, man.
Did Young Thug just get jumped in Atlanta? That's the wild rumor running around right now, and the timing could not be worse. People online are saying he got pressed hard in public, maybe even mobbed by a crew, and the whispers are spreading faster than fire. At the same time, an old interrogation video has come back to haunt him, and fans are calling him out heavy. Thug has been loud about Gunna being a snitch, but now folks are pointing the finger right back at him. The clip supposedly shows Thug talking for hours, dropping names, and even mentioning Pee Wee Roscoe. Words like rat and tell-all are flying all over the timeline, and once that kind of dirt hits social media, it's almost impossible to shake off. And this isn't just some random internet rumor. This mess ties all the way back to the Lil Wayne tour bus shooting. That case has been floating around Thug's name for almost a decade, and now it's back louder than ever.
Shots were fired at the tour bus of Grammy-winning rapper Lil Wayne on the 26th of April. Footage from the NBC affiliate in Atlanta, Georgia, showed several bullet holes in the side of the bus, but no injuries were reported. The station said that the shots were fired at the bus as it was traveling through Cobb County, Georgia. The rapper, also known as Wheezy, whose real name is Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., was traveling in the bus after his performance in Atlanta. In 2008, Wayne won Grammy Awards for the Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Solo Performance, and was part of the award-winning Best Rap Group Performance.
Atlanta is tearing itself apart online, with half the people screaming about loyalty and the other half digging up old receipts to prove a point. The interrogation clip fans keep reposting is the same one they say connects him to Pee Wee and that chaotic night Wayne's bus got lit up. Let's rewind. April 2015, Cobb County, Georgia. Lil Wayne wraps up a show, heads out in his tour bus, and out of nowhere, the bus gets sprayed with bullets. Luckily, no one was hit, but the situation was crazy. Like someone really tried to take Wayne out on the highway. That night left scars on the culture, and it's the reason Thug's name never fully escaped the shadow of that incident.
This was in Atlanta, and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird. This nigga fucking, they done shot at this tour bus. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who the fuck did. They said Roscoe, but I don't wanna block out y'all case.
And now, with this snitch talk resurfacing and rumors of him getting jumped, the streets are buzzing that Thug's back against the wall like never before. And who did they pin it on back then? Jimmy Winfrey, better known as Pee Wee Roscoe, who just happened to be Young Thug's own road manager at the time. Court documents tied him right back to YSL, and the receipts everyone still remembers are those phone calls. One right before the shooting to Thug's phone, and another right after to Birdman. Tell me that doesn't look messy. Now, Thug and Birdman never got charged with actually pulling the trigger, but their names stuck to that case like glue. You couldn't bring up the Wayne bus shooting without somebody saying, yeah, but what about Thug and Birdman? And the story didn't calm down either. It got even crazier. Roscoe's 2015 sentence was later tossed out by the Georgia Supreme Court because of the way his plea deal went down, and that reopened a flood of questions. Fast forward to when the YSLRICO charges hit. That old bus shooting slid right back into the spotlight like it never left. And now here we are, 2024, Roscoe takes a new deal. Time served, probation, and then walks free. The internet lost its mind, screaming that somebody had to be protected in all this. Fans swore that deal didn't add up, like there was way more going on behind the scenes. So when an interrogation tape of Thug pops up, even with him just talking anywhere near this situation, the word rat gets stamped on him instantly.
But what I'm telling you is, if that it make you a rat too if you with him because I told him to do that. I can't tell no the snitch. You can't get on the phone and tell me, hey bro, hell yeah, take that plea. But man, you better take that plea. And the plea saying tell. It'll plea saying tell something.
And that's what shook people the most. After years of whispers, all of a sudden, there's video of Thug sitting in a room with detectives, and fans swear they heard him drop Pee Wee Roscoe's name. That one clip alone has people saying the streets finally caught him slipping, and the debate over his loyalty is exploding all over again.
They said Roscoe, but I don't wanna block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. You know Roscoe? Man, that man fucking scrub. That fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't fucking know, because every day nigga grow a fucking ball. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Let's keep it real. That interrogation clip that's going viral, it's chopped up, messy, and mostly clipped by commentary channels looking for clicks. You don't even get the full conversation, but guess what? Nobody online cares about context anymore. The reaction was instant. People screaming, "Now we know why he hates Gunna." The word hypocrisy is all over the place, and it's fueling this fire like crazy. Fans feel like the same standard Thug used to tear down Gunna is now getting slapped right back on him, and it looks ugly. Thug tried to fight back, hopping on X to defend himself, saying it was all out of context and that he was actually protecting his people. His diehard supporters ran with that, blasting out the parts where he denied gang ties or pushed back on certain detective questions. They turned those little denials into proof that he was holding it down, but not everybody bought it. To make things worse, fans keep sharing explainer posts highlighting that so-called 2-hour interrogation and putting together backlash timelines. It's like the internet turned into its own courtroom, replaying the tape frame by frame. And just when it felt like things couldn't get any hotter, boom, new paperwork hit the scene. Out of nowhere, people started digging through court files and uncovered a motion filed by Thug's own lawyers. A motion in limine. Basically, they asked the judge to block Detective Quinn from testifying about something Thug supposedly said while sitting in the back of a police car.
Mr. Williams was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. He was adamant. He seemed very nervous because, you know, I'm a uniform officer just coming up with this stuff in him, right? In some story he's coming to on his free time. A few weeks go by, maybe 3, because I got the DNA fast-tracked through the GBI. I learned from the analysts there were too many male contributors to the gun being identified Jeffrey Williams being in possession of. They wouldn't be able to put a usable sample up into CODIS. So a few weeks later, Mr. Williams comes back in the store again. I don't know what day, but it was weeks after the first encounter. I said, yo, come here. Let me holler at you. I said, guess what? I can't use that gun against you as corroborative evidence or evidence against you based off what Bean said.
The claim that Thug gave information about an old murder years back, his legal team shut that down quick, saying it was flat out false. But the fact that paperwork even existed made fans spiral. And suddenly the talk of snitching went from rumors to, hold up, this might be real. Thug's lawyers tried to shut that paperwork down fast, telling the judge it was prejudicial and irrelevant to his current case. In plain words, they were saying, this makes my client look bad, and it doesn't even matter here, so keep it out. But here's the problem. Legal talk doesn't matter to the streets. People online don't care about courtroom rules or evidence technicalities. They care about the story, and the story they're running with is ugly. Thug talks to cops when it benefits him. Whether that's true or not doesn't even matter anymore because the internet already picked a side. And then, boom, Pee Wee Roscoe himself jumps in and flips the whole conversation. He pops up on camera, basically saying, Thug didn't snitch on me.
Politics, man. Jeff, clean as Listerine, man. Clean as Ivory soap. You feel what I'm saying? I done the time. I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go in the interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we sell the Wayne Carter weed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Lineup selective. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do. A real street. Kept it solid. Kept it overly real. You feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole. So shit, you feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the PR now, y'all don't remember when I was locked up now. Let me just show you how the PRs and the internet selective politics. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real. When I was locked up and Jeff was locked up, we went viral When they like, that's the type of friend you want. He's like, man, Roscoe ain't told y'all the damn.
And paints Thug as clean. Roscoe told people to chill out, acting like the internet was blowing it all out of proportion. Now on paper, that should have ended the storm. Right? The man at the center of it cleared Thug. Case closed. But nope, critics only got louder. They dragged Roscoe's word, saying it was biased, and claimed he was just protecting the brand. The same question that's haunted this case for years came right back. If nothing was going on, then why do those phone record stories even exist? Atlanta blogs and outlets wasted no time chopping up Pee Wee's defense into short reels, replaying it like highlights. But instead of calming things down, it poured gasoline on the fire. Because here's the truth. Atlanta never forgot about that bus shooting circle. That story has lived in the city's memory for years. And every time new dirt surfaces, it just digs the wound deeper. Every time the media covers this case, they circle back to the same receipts. Those calls before and after the shots tied to Thug's and Birdman's phones. Add years of court chatter on top of it, and that's why fans refuse to let this story die. Whether that makes Thug a snitch is a whole different debate, but this right here is exactly why the narrative never goes away. And then, boom, things hit a whole new level when YSL Mondo spoke up. Mondo, who's considered a true day one from YSL's early days, didn't hold back at all. He started blasting people as brainwashed, basically saying Pee Wee was only defending Thug because he was angling for benefits. Translation, it's not about loyalty, it's about hoping Thug looks out for him down the line.
And then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this shit. And you just got on the internet tomorrow, a nigga didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass so brainwashed, it's sickening. Y'all niggas need daddy figures, and y'all be sitting back waiting on something good waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around. Maybe put me on. Maybe I can get something out of it or something did that. Like, it's so fucking weird to me, but y'all be on my ass about being a real nigga. Rich, I'm not studying the internet, but I'm just letting y'all know how brainwashed and weird the world and the internet is, y'all. Come on, my brother. Roscoe, you the worstest. Twin, you worse than the rat itself. You did 10 years, twin, behind this shit. Roscoe, you did 10 years behind it, brother. And you just come on the internet and say a nigga didn't tell on you when everybody just heard this man say your name a few times? You feel me?
That message hit hard because when insiders, people who were really in the room back then, start talking like this, that's when you know the street respect is shifting. Fans quickly latched onto Mondo's comments, sharing recap posts and reaction tiles everywhere, framing it like the walls around Thug were closing in. And if that wasn't enough, Charleston White jumped in too, and everybody knows he doesn't hold back. He flat out said, "Real gangsters ask for a lawyer," and clowned anybody who sits with cops for hours.
Now Young Thug done come out snitching. Young Thug got a video in the interrogation room for 2 hours, having dialogue with the police about crime and criminals.
That statement stung because it wasn't just a diss. It played into the very image Thug's been fighting to protect. So now you've got Pee Wee defending, Mondo exposing, and Charleston clowning. 3 completely different voices, but all feeding into the same storm. And the streets are eating it up like primetime drama. Add Charleston White's shots on top of Mondo's rant, and suddenly the internet jury thinks it's already wrapped up the case. Let's be real. At this point, memes are hitting harder than any lawyer's motion could. The trial might still be playing out in court, but online, the verdict feels sealed. Then things exploded even more when Atlanta rumor pages jumped in. They started blasting posts claiming Thug got pressed the moment he stepped out, and some even pushed it further, saying he got jumped. Is that confirmed? Not at all. But the second those captions hit Instagram with bold letters and spicy wording, people ran with it like it was gospel truth. No footage, no solid proof, just posts designed to go viral. And that was enough to set the city on fire. Because here's the thing, folks already think Thug's image is cracked. So you drop one rumor like that, and suddenly everybody's watching to see if he can still move the same way in Atlanta. The streets pay attention to little details, like how a man moves when he's outside. And now people are whispering that his steps aren't as strong as they used to be. And here's what too many forget. Thug is still on probation. That means even if nobody laid a hand on him, just being in a chaotic crowd where something jumps off could come back to bite him. It's not just street talk anymore, it's about real legal consequences. If the court even gets a whiff of him being linked to outside drama, that could backfire on him heavy. So whether the rumor is true or not doesn't even matter at this point. The story alone has him boxed in, courtroom heat on one side, street pressure on the other, and neither side is letting up. The question now is, how long can Thug keep standing in the middle before one of those walls crashes down? And the interrogation clip wasn't even the only mess Thug had to deal with this week. Out of nowhere, Atlanta timeline pages started flooding with what they claim is leaked jail call audio. The clips were full of petty shots, random numbers being tossed around, and even whispers that Thug was bragging about fake streams just to one-up Gunna. Some outlets even framed it like Thug was beefing with half the city from a jail phone. Wild. Now, whether every single clip is real or not, that's still up for debate. But let's be honest, once it hits the blogs, the snowball effect doesn't stop rolling. The moment big names started chiming in, reposting, and throwing subliminals, the whole situation took on a life of its own. Suddenly, the public enemy label hanging over Thug's head just got louder and louder. Here's the scary part. When the streets believe you talked and the industry thinks you dissed them, you're getting squeezed from both sides. That's why even a rumor like he got pressed feels believable now, because the energy lines up too perfectly. People forget it's not about what's true, it's about what story takes over. And right now, the story is running the show. And just when you think it couldn't stack up worse, boom, here comes the bus driver's lawsuit. The driver straight up sued Birdman, Thug, and others, claiming they put him in danger by letting all this chaos unfold. And even though lawsuits aren't the same as criminal charges, that case hardened the story in people's minds. It made the whole thing feel less like gossip and more like documented facts. And we can't forget the Birdman jail call that leaked years back. Prosecutors once looked at it as part of the case, even if it never led to charges. But the fact it even existed kept conspiracy talk alive for years. And now, with new tapes and rumors flying again, it feels like the ghosts of that bus shooting will never stop haunting Thug's name. So now, whenever fans see a resurfaced Thug interview, they don't just watch the clip, they connect it to all this messy history. Fair or not, they look at it and instantly scream, pattern! Thug's team tries to wave it off as misdirection, but the crowd hears it as confirmation. It's like two different movies playing in the same theater, and the audience is split right down the middle. Meanwhile, Thug tried to steer the story himself, but it might have only made things worse. He jumped on X to deny snitching, reposted a clip where he flat out said he's not blood, and even threw some slick shade at Gunna in the process. He also pointed out that his lawyers had asked to use certain interview context in court way back, but the DA blocked it. The problem? None of that really landed with the public? Because let's be honest, the internet isn't sitting around reading motions or digging through trial filings. They're just watching chopped up clips and passing judgment in real time. And when you stack that motion about Detective Quinn on top of everything else, people don't see technicalities, they see smoke. And where there's smoke, the internet assumes fire. Once that framing takes over, it's like PR quicksand. The harder you fight it, the deeper you sink. And just when it couldn't get more brutal, the jokes started flying. Fans turned him into Gospel Thug, with memes saying, if you're a rat and a rapper, go Gospel Twin. Harsh? Absolutely. But the internet eats this kind of thing alive. Those big diamond crosses Thug's been wearing, they became meme fuel overnight, with entire threads clowning him for leaning too close to the pulpit. The gospel rapper rumor wave made it way too easy for people to mock him, and once the crowd starts laughing, it's almost impossible to shift the narrative back in your favor. And let's be real, Pee-wee's plea deal last year already kept Thug's name swimming in the YSL mess. People don't forget dates, especially when the whole Gunna situation already split the fan base in two. Online, the story always gets boiled down to one thing. You're either solid or you folded. Real life is way more complicated than that, but the comment section doesn't do complicated. They just pick a side and stick to it. Right now, Thug feels stuck in every lane at once. In court, he's still fighting the YSL case, and every new filing drags that old Wayne bus shooting right back into the headlines. In music, the hype has dried up. People are too busy clowning him with Gospel Thug memes. And outside, Atlanta rumor pages got folks whispering that he can't even pop out without catching heat. It's like no matter what he does, the internet already has the story locked in. He can tweet, deny, push back. None of it matters, because the paperwork and the clips speak louder. Even Pee-wee himself trying to clear his name didn't calm the storm. If anything, it only made the crowd dig deeper, looking for new dirt. And here's the real danger. When the internet says you're talking to cops, and the streets say you're getting pressed outside, your name stops being about music. It turns into a warning label for everybody watching. Young Thug, rumored to have been jumped in Atlanta, caught in leaks, tangled in old tapes that won't die. He's standing in the middle of a downfall he can't just talk his way out of. If you're locked in with this story, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, subscribe, and share, because this saga is far from over. See you on the next one.